are going down the Hudson River. The Hudson River is 315 miles in length. It flows in both directions. The Atlantic Ocean pushing up salt water, fresh water being pushed down it from upstate New York. 30 to 50 feet in depth in this vicinity, up to 200 feet in depth, upstate New York. At its widest point, 3 miles in width, upstate New York by the Tappan Zee Bridge. The oldest standing railroad terminal in the United States, the old Erie-Lackawanna Railroad Terminal, built in 1907. Grand Central Terminal was built in 1913, celebrating its 100th anniversary this past February. To our left is the oldest neighborhood here in New York, Greenwich Village, named after a town in England called Greenwich, called the Village because that was down here, little villages. All the streets in Greenwich Village going cockeyed crazy, different directions that drive the most experienced taxi driver crazy. Why is that? Well, it's the oldest neighborhood here in New York. Great angle of the skyline, folks. Keep those cameras working. And to our right is Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York. 2.7 million people live in Brooklyn, New York. If it's by itself, it would be the fourth largest city in the United States. Up Queens, the Bronx, Manhattan, and Staten Island make up the 5 boroughs or counties that make up. The Statue of Liberty was victimized by Hurricane Sandy. The 14-foot surge of water, it wasn't the storm itself, but it was the rising or raising of the water 14 feet that flooded the coastal areas. And of course it flooded out the Liberty Island, flooding the basement, flooding the island, and tearing apart the pier. So they had to resod the island and rebuild the pier. And they had to, of course, rebuild the inner workings of the statue. The statue